I think the team spirit was first generated when we first met. Obviously, we made a lot of changes back in January 2012. There were 15 new players came into the squad. I think consistency of selection, but also consistency of how we've tried to develop the culture and the identity of the team. So a team is built on strong foundations, and your culture is your foundation. So the way you do things around here, your attitude to be an England player, professionalism, having a long-term vision about what you're trying to achieve is critical. But within that, we then layered on the identity of what it means to be English, the history of the shirt, history of Twickenham and everything that goes with it. And I think that's been hugely important in our development. So now, as you see, we're a close-knit team, and under pressure we'll stay connected.
I think the qualities you need in a leader is you need to know the people you're going out there with, know what makes them work, how they interact, what kind of advice and how you can kind of bounce off each other. I think you need to be very respectful of the guys around you as well and know what they bring to the party, allow them to lead and do their bits at the right time, whether it's attack, defence, line out as well, which is hugely important. Because as a leader you need to overview a lot of things, you can't run everything. You need to trust people to run their department, and you kind of dip in and out of it, and that's what's important and makes kind of good teams really function.
I think business can learn a lot from sport, and certainly from my point of view, get your culture right first. Culture comes before performance, not the other way around. Having a strong sense of identity, and what I mean by that is focusing on the reason why playing for this team is special or working for this company is special. I think my experience of business, or certainly teaching and the people I've spoken to in business, is that sometimes we can forget that.
As a leader, you're in that position where you are being watched kind of 24/7 potentially, and you always need to make sure you go out there and walk tall and stand tall. So you need to make sure hopefully you have that confidence, and also rely on the others as well. Speak to the other leaders, use their knowledge to help you get through those situations.
I think it's impossible to plan and prepare for every risk that comes your way. You know, a lot of things sometimes happen that are out the blue or not in your control. What's critical is you prepare for as many as you can see coming around the corner, and obviously forward thinking and planning is critical in leadership. And I'd like to think I've looked ahead. I've learned from past experience. You know, I've spoken to former coaches and players, so I think you can minimise the risks in that regard. But ultimately, sometimes something comes out the blue that you weren't aware of, and it's how you react at that point that defines your effectiveness as a leader, but also your effectiveness as a team. And I think the times we have been challenged, we've done well, and the times we have looked at the future, we've managed to play for them and mitigate against them.